Hey guys, welcome to the Fuck Around and Find Out podcast. Today we're talking about agar, all things agar, building your plates, making your liquid cultures with the thick agar, also called, I believe, what is it, semi-solid liquid culture is what you were saying, John?
Yes, sir. That is correct. Semi-solid liquid culture. It's not new on the scene, but it's a relatively more new technique that people have been using, where they add a little bit of agar into their liquid culture, just enough to thicken it slightly so it sticks to the grains better when you're adding it into your grains, in theory, so it doesn't just run to the bottom of your grain jar. That's the idea behind it.
I tried it once after reading it. I believe I read it actually on Shermery,
That's also where I learned about it.
And so I added like 3 grams to like a quart jar of of liquid culture. And I mean, it was interesting. It kind of made it a little cloudy. But then
it's hard to get up into the syringe when you do that.
Yeah. It's more of a pour thing. Like it's a pour thing. Yeah. But the really interesting thing was it didn't like to work on the stir plate. Like I use a drop of magnet in each one of my liquid cultures so that I can pop them on the stir plate to just agitate the shit out of them. It did not like that. Like the mycelium seemed to have grown stronger, if that makes sense. And it was thicker, so it would just bunch up around the magnet, make a little mop at the bottom. But also the magnet wasn't able to get velocity because it was pretty thick,
Yeah,
maybe I fucked it up.
It's a really steep learning curve with it. My first few times of making it, I made solid agar liquid cultures because they were too thick, and then
nice.
It's a game playing, getting
or what we call giant slants.
Right.
Yeah, big slant.
You're looking at a quart of pure agar. You're like, what am I going to do with this now?
When I used it, though, I mean, it poured out like kind of like about the consistency of
hair gel
temperature. Yeah,
hair gel is like, what you're going for.
Well, mine, I must have screwed it up then because mine was like room temperature, fake corn syrup based, maple syrup, and so it was thick, and but it coated everything like in the grain in the jar. And when I shook it up, it kind of made a mess, but it sure propagated like a mother.
Yeah, when you get it right, it really works fast. I mean, it just creates more inoculation points.
Yeah.
The whole idea behind it.
I like it. We got to get some more people to try it. It's
basically like what I was talking about the other day with the slurry.
Yeah, similar.
It's a slurry. Yeah, it is a slurry.
It's just a thicker slurry with a little bit of stickiness to it. So the mycelium sticks all the way down.
When it comes to liquid cultures, what's everybody's favorite just recipe for
it? Agar.
For liquid culture?
I do a little bit of Caro.
Caro or real honey. That's my 2 go-tos.
My shit's probably way more complicated, so...
32 ingredients later.
Yeah, I have all the
sugar or peptone or
I didn't know we were giving away our secret recipes. Yeah.
I had peptone.
My standard liquid culture recipe is so it's honey. I mix it up in like a big stainless steel pot. So everybody's gonna be like, well, we want the exact measurements, and I'm like, dude,
baby handful.
I mean, I'm making 6 or 8 gallons at a time, So some. So I start with like maybe 2 cups of pure, like actual dextrose sugar, because I buy it in 5-gallon jugs or 5-gallon pails, right? So I use like 2 cups of that, like maybe a half a cup of honey, and then like, try to aim for 1 gram of peptone per quart. Then I usually add like maybe a cup full of what do you call that? The malt extract. MEA?
LNE? Light malt extract? Golden? Or...
light malt extract. But it leaves this protein film on the bottom after you pressure cook it. So I'm needlessly complicated. Mine would work just fine with the sugars.
Well,
right?
you can also filter it out with cheesecloth,
I do. I put it into. I use that the stuffing. It's just fake polyfill stuffing. Yeah, and I stuff that inside of a flask or a funnel, and then put the funnel on top of my big flask because I got a big 3-gallon flask, and then I pour the liquid through there, and it filters out all the proteins and everything, and then I rejar it and re-pressure cook it, and that's how I make all my liquid cultures, and it works great. Some of my stuff is 3 or 4 years old. It looks like it's kind of all Scooby and dead, but I revived it and grew it out just this month. Right. It's not even in a refrigerator or anything. It's just on a shelf.
I've got a couple thoughts on all the stuff you just said. Number one is the honey part. A lot of people will go up in arms when you mention honey for liquid culture because they say, it's antimicrobial and all that stuff. And yes, it is when it's pure. But as soon as you water it down, it is the opposite of that. Mycelium loves it.
It's self-fermenting, right? Because it's got all the yeast and everything in it. That's how the Vikings were making their mead. Was they just add water to honey, right? It's just,
right. And then the other reason go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was like, the only reason I think it's antibacterial, antimicrobial is because it's osmotically very, very dense. So it pulls water out of things, right? So it pops the cell walls. I think that medically, I know there's medical honey, and that's the reason they use it is because it's super osmotic. You could probably get away with use just salt in the wound and do the same thing, except that's going to burn and honey won't.
I didn't know there was no such thing as medical honey.
Oh yeah, they use it for burn wards.
That's how I like to learn though is osmosis. I like to put pillows under my, books under my pillow. Just wake up with the knowledge.
It works. It works.
Yeah, that's how my first wife got pregnant.
Yeah.
and
nice.
And the other minor point I had about your method is be careful when buying large labware off the internet. That will get you on a watch list in a hurry if you're not careful.
Oh, there's a local labware, a secondhand labware auction place here in town. They don't ask for shit. They're just happy it goes away.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with a science YouTuber named Niall Red, the young kid from Canada that always does crazy experiments on the internet. And somebody was interviewing him and asking, have the cops ever reached out to you about anything you do on the internet? And he said, only once, when I bought a big 3-gallon flask. The cops called me and asked me what I was using it for. Because the only reason they get
from them yet. How about you guess?
No,
I bought radioactive material and everything, but I've never been called by the cops until I bought a flask.
Well, the reason that I bought the damn flask was originally to make yeast bombs for making beer and wine, because it would fit on my big magnet stir. And then I realized, wow, I could use this thing. Angry baby.
Okay, then.
He doesn't like yeast bombs. Or he
said no.
But and then I started using it to as a filter, basically just jar. And that's pretty much what it does now. I obviously thought about because I bought it. I only paid $20 for it. It's a real Pyrex one, but I was going to turn it into a terrarium. But my wife,
I would love to have some giant labware, But we don't want to be Breaking Bad either.
Don't see.
Carboys work really, really well, man. You can buy a 1 gallon all the way to a freaking 7-gallon carboy in the beer baking store. It works just the same. They're high density glass. They're heat proof. You can boil on them and stuff.
Have you guys noticed how many of our supplies that you can get at a beer making store?
Yes, absolutely.
It's amazing.
It's beautiful.
That used to be my trick for years. I would just go get my my malt. My rye malt is what they call it. And it was so cheap compared to just feed, or God forbid you try to buy rye berries for your house for storing for preppers and stuff. But you would get that stuff for $20, sometimes even $15 for a $50 bag. And it's just because the name was different and they were promoting it to different crowds. So they
buy it also in huge quantities.
Yeah, and this was malted rye you're talking about?
Well, it's called rye malt. It's the rye. It's just rye seed, but you use it to make your malt. Yeah,
it's malted. Yeah,
it's not always. No, it just comes in 50-pound bags, just like you get at Tractor Supply. But it's rye malt.
It's malted.
Yeah, when they malt it, they actually sprout it, and then they stop the growing process. That's how they melt it. It turns the carbohydrates into sugars inside the rye.
Right, but that's why that I'm talking about. Is it malted? This is basically they're just rye seed that you buy like we buy. Because you use it to malt it. That's what it's made for. That's why it's so cheap.
It's rye do-it-yourself malt.
Oh, okay. And then
when you all in the face.
Yeah, when rye seeds sprout, they release an enzyme called amylase, and amylase will turn starches into sugars.
Yep, that's rye is
your other stuff, and it turns into sugar for you.
If I remember my beer making stuff, though, it was barley was the one that had the largest conversion factor. It was like 1 grain of malted barley could convert like 7 to 10 grains of regular, like anything else.
Right.
It's been a minute, so honestly, I'm going back and.
I have bags and bags of amylase in my let's say it's beer making section. I wonder how well that would work for our grains that we use.
I've tried it. It turned everything to fucking oatmeal.
Did it?
So it's like your drippy oats?
No, like straight up. He knows what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah. Amylase just breaks down everything inside grains. It turns it into sugar.
The pressure cooking process takes it to way higher temperature for longer than we would when we make our beer. So it just turned everything to fucking mushy ass oatmeal, man. It was really a mess.
Well, it's good that you tried it and I don't have to now.
Now you can use it. You can use a little bit of your amylase. Well, I prefer amylase beta, right? When I'm doing room temperature stuff, which is basically like Beano, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can turn your grain water into sugar water to make agar with a little bit of Beano. It works great. Beano's cheap as shit. You get 100 pills for $5 in the vegetable section at your grocery store.
Yeah, I want to say what is it? 170 degrees before amylase activates, I believe.
Yeah, and amylase beta works between like 90 and 110.
Mm-hmm.
So it's perfectly fine. That's why it works so well in humans. But you can take your grain water. And I think for 1 gallon of grain water, you're going to use a whole Beano pill and just crush it up in your mortar and pestle and add it to it. The water, it's going to break down those long chain carbohydrates into short chain polysaccharides, which are short chain sugars, which are more digestible for the yeast or yourself, and that's why it stops you from farting. But
awesome.
Or for the mushrooms so they get their sugar.
Yeah, it's just going to turn your grain into sugar. That's how a lot of Mexican candy's made too, by the way.
The real stuff.
Yeah.
There you go. The more you know. Bing.
Ting. That should have been a fucking goat-bleat, is what
I was looking for it. I can't find it.
Where's the soundboard?
I don't know shit about the fucking making of the booze, so I'm sitting here like a bunch of
No, I mean, like we totally went full circle, but we tied it back into the agar. Yeah.
I did.
Go ahead.
There was a second where we were going deep down into that rabbit hole, and I was thinking, boy, this is a rabbit hole. And then my son started screaming in the mic.
He thought it was
we had a baby bleed. We had a baby bleed. That worked.
There you go.
It did kind of reset everything, so it worked.
Yeah,
right?
I'm one of those people. I got to pull myself out of the rabbit hole constantly. It's easy to go down them.
You guys have heard of making like water agar, right? For like trying to clean up a. Yeah. That's just water agar.
Water agar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's zero.
Yeah, dude, there's actually people right now that sell these plates that are water agar, and they're putting nutrients in the water agar.
Why?
That's not water agar.
And that's what I said. That people are saying no. I asked them, and they said no. The water agar has enough nutrients for the fungus, but not everything else. I'm like, the whole point of water agar is that the mushroom mycelium can take everything from the agar that you put on the plate and extend it through the mycelium strands. Everything else has to feed itself and hop to food. But with
it has
water,
to reach. It grows
stuck.
away. It reaches away from the point of infected plate. So here's how you'd use water agar: as you take, like you have an agar that's just got a bacterial infection in it or something, right? It's not going to work with a tricky plate, like trick, right, or something like that. But if you have bacteria on your plate, it looks like slimy stuff, right? So you're going to take water agar on a petri dish, and you're going to cut a little piece of that agar of your infected dish out, flip it upside down on top of the water agar so that your whatever mycelium and bacteria you have are in contact with the water agar. Wait a fucking while, because the mycelium can reach out, right? It grows and it leaves the mycelial strands out way far away from the bacteria, leaving the bacteria behind. Then you can take a distal sample of the mycelium on the water agar and transfer it to a nutrient agar, and you're good to go. You have now cleaned up your sample. Does that make sense?
Or partially cleaned it for the next
round. Partially cleaned it, yeah. But you can repeat that ad nauseum to clean up a really dirty sample, or you can just use like antibiotic agar.
That's yes. That's just crazy.
I make antibiotic agar. That's easy as shit.
If you have access to the antibiotics.
If you have the antibiotics and you know the right temperature and everything to add it.
Or if you just know where to buy the antibiotics that aren't exactly common marketplace, like the fish store or online at, or like Tractor Supply Company. There's plenty of places where you can get antibiotics that aren't traditionally known.
So the one that you're going to want, and it's going to be the best one for pretty much everybody, is gentamicin. It is heat stable it to like 350 fucking degrees. So pressure cooking, it's absolutely no problem whatsoever. You just dump it in there, 1 mil per liter. That's it. You're going to take 1 mil of it, 1 milliliter, because it's a liquid, per liter. I think that's going to come out to be like 25 freaking milligrams or something like that per liter. But it works great, man. You can pressure cook the living shit out of it. Not hurt anything at all. It affects primarily gram-positive bacteria. So pretty much everything you're going to run across, it's like, from picking your freaking nose or your cat walking across your freaking lab or something like that,
No, you can't do anything about a cat walking across your lab, or even birds. Birds and cats are...
They should all be murdered.
What?
I like the birds, but I'm not a big fan of cats. Cats are the devil's, what do you call it? Fleshlight. Yeah.
I'd second that.
That's right.
Birds might be dirty,
good. Cats are the devil's fleshlight's going to be an amazing shirt. Yeah.
It's going to be a weird looking shirt.
I gotta say,
that sounds like a metal band name.
It's gonna be a spore print, but it looks like a sphincter.
All I gotta say about my birds is they make me a better mycologist because I have to work harder to stay clean and sterile.
So you never know when you're gonna get like dive bombed, your ear ripped off.
Keeps you on your toes.
Or you just get a fucking cat in your lab to keep the rat with wings out.
Well, honestly, the bird's not in the lab with me. I keep her in a separate room.
I like birds. I used to have ostriches, so it's hard to get those in the lab.
That is a big fucking difference between that and green chicken. All right,
I don't fuck around with small animals. Come on.
I like fish. I used to keep a blue whale. Hey guys, have you seen my shrimp tank? There's a king crab in it. There's a total fucking difference between the cute little freaking green chickadee and a murder fucking T-Rex goddamn ostrich, right?
You guys have birds, I have a raptor. I don't care.
It'll fuck you up.
Yes, they would.
Oh, I know. Especially during breeding season. They do their dance. I used to have to hold up a rake because they would just charge me, and I would have to replace that goddamn rake every couple months because I just beat the shit out of them damn birds.
Quick ostrich story. So back on the big ranch in West Texas, they used to run around wild, right? Because they breed just fine. The same latitude as where they normally live, except that ostriches have no adaptation to fucking like cactus fruit. Right? Zero. There's I guess not cactus where they're from, in Africa. So little bastards, every time the fruit the cactus would fruit, the fucking stupid things would have a face just all swole up and full of cactus.
That's awesome. They deserve it.
Just like red juice dripping down their sides, but they just be shitting purple everywhere. But they would just really get after the prickly pear cactus and it never killed them. They were happy as shit, and they made babies, and the babies got eaten by coyotes. But they'd run around. They'd slowly increase. Start off with like 10 of them. By the end, by the time we left, there was probably 40, 45 over a few years. But they were.
It's like, you ever own the dog that like at least twice a year his face is covered in porcupine quills? You'd think they would learn after a while. Hell
no, dogs aren't. The dogs just get more angry if they get stuck in the face. And they're just like, you're biting me, I'm biting you back,
Yep.
Okay, so let's back to that should have been another goat-bleat right there. But okay, so we could talk about the another way that I have done very successfully antibiotic agar is I've used ampicillin. Ampicillin is temperature sensitive, right? It's going to die at about 175 to 180, right? So what I would do is I would pressure cook my agar with the tin foil over the top of it in my Erlenmeyer flask. Then when the temperature got down, I would then dump in the pill, the ampicillin pill.
In front of a fluid or in a still air box or anything like that, obviously.
Yeah, but then have it on the stir plate at the same time to stir it up real quick, because that's getting it's going to be pretty quick to shortly thereafter we're going to want to pour. But it worked really good. It was just 150 milligram ampicillin per liter of agar, and it worked great. But it is temperature sensitive, and it just goes completely inert after about 170 degrees. So you got to wait till your agar is about 150. What temperature you guys pouring your agar at?
125.
Yeah, 130.
It's about where I'm pouring too.
Yeah, so right in the same neighborhood.
I just
generally about right where you can grab it without burning the hell out of your hands.
That's like 150, 160.
Yeah,
remember we were changing. Me and Trim were like experimenting. We were like, all right, I'm gonna do 127. He's like, all right, I'm gonna do 128. And we just kept going down one by one until our plates finally cleared up.
Yeah, or until your agar hardens in your flask as you're pouring it.
I've had that happen.
I thought about getting a little
you
like
can heat that shit up in a
warm
fucking water bath.
I've thought about getting like an induction plate that you can set the temperature on.
A lot of people smarter than me actually use a immersion heater for cooking, and they just set their flask in there.
With sous vide, or however you say it. Yeah, it works great. It works great for keeping it. I don't speak French. We have a French person in here. He could have corrected me, but he didn't. You Canadian bastard corrected me.
But we speak fucking French and Canadian, eh?
Yeah. There's a sous vide.
Whatever. Sous vide.
Some will say fuck air.
Some of that sous vide. It's that sus vide. That's what we're doing.
All right, so how about
I think it's sous vide.
Sous vide. Coloring. What do you guys? Farrell introduced me to the mica shit. That's just been phenomenal since then. But what do you guys use for to color your plates? Do you even color?
No,
I tried a lot of shit before mica.
I'm famous for making pretty plates. I love the colors, which is
gray,
strange.
Dark gray and light gray.
I was gonna say
you don't see any color.
They came up with that porn book after Trim, 50 Shades of Grey.
I mean, the same time as Firo. I mean, at first he was like, "This guy's stealing my text," because him and I both had the fancy plates at first. I just did it for funsies though. I've never sold or anything like that.
But one thing I do enjoy. So my favorite agar is what I call Berta. Right, it's brown rice, dextrose agar, and it literally just sounds like that. It's the real quick, simple way is 700 milliliters of water. There's some people might want to write down. 700 milliliters of water, 7 grams of brown rice flour, 7 grams of agar, and 1 gram of peptone. Oh, and then 7 grams of just dextrose. So I used just pure dextrose powder. So it's like 7, 7, 7, 7, 1, right?
Honestly, that sounds like something that would work for cordyceps even.
It works absolutely freaking amazing. That's the stuff why I have that ridiculous, crazy, ropey like growth on all my plates. And it's just like everything grows super, super crazy fast. It's because that's Berta. I found that recipe in an old ass book. It was like 1946. It was talking about the propagation of mushrooms in a labriculture. They were doing shiitake or some shit. And I was like, well, I'm going to try that. And it's been hands down my favorite. I don't even make anything else anymore, unless it's like a water agar or antibiotic agar. It's just my go-to for everything because everything likes it. I'll take it back. Your gourmets do like it, but they do a lot better on like a wood. If you add some wood pellets to the agar, or you do an extraction, you make like a oak tea. Yeah. So if we're gonna do that, I just get the barbecue pellets, the same ones that I normally cook with. They're just the cheapest. I think it's called Red Star brand barbecue pellets from Walmart. They're $8 for a 50-pound bag or a 40-pound bag. They're a mixture of oak and hickory, but I'll take a couple of handfuls of those. Once again, people, I don't measure with grams. Just a couple of handfuls of those. Put them into a half-gallon jar of hot water. Let it steep until the water turns black or dark brown.
Make a tea.
Pour it out, and then use that with a little bit of dextrose for my agar. And it for gourmet mushrooms, that just works phenomenal.
Yeah, no, I definitely get the idea that would work. Like the Berta would work for like even cordyceps, because I remember looking into cordyceps texts, and they're adding all kinds of different nutrients in there, which definitely makes a lot of sense when you think about like the growing medium for a cordyceps mushroom is literally living insect tissue. So
yeah, I made cordyceps agar once out of I bought these freeze-dried mealworms that you could buy for like feeding your chickens and shit. They come in like these huge bags for cheap. And I just ground those bitches up in the coffee grinder. Wife did not appreciate that at all.
I got offered a whole bunch of pre-made blood agar plates, and I told the guy, "There's nothing I want to grow that's going to grow on that plate."
I do. I want them.
No, but so ground up mealworms smell suspiciously like hazelnuts a little bit.
Oh,
so I mean, it smells decent, but you definitely until you like look closely in there and you see all like the little heads and legs and shit, and then your wife really gets upset with you. Like, but that's how I got my spice grinder to myself. But yeah, it works really well.
Yeah, my wife definitely tells me I gotta let her know. Yeah, my wife lets me know every time I use the coffee grinder for mushrooms or anything. And, usually it's to make powder for capsules, but she's like, "You got to tell me. I go to work being extra happy on those days. You got to give me a warning."
Yeah. Speaking of using coffee grinders, there is one other kind of agar we haven't discussed yet. I hate to even open the topic. The black agar.
I use fucking mica for that.
I haven't found a good way to make it. Honestly, it's messy
activated
no matter what you do.
Put a gram
to make it is easy. To make it without making a mess, that's the challenge.
Buy the activated charcoal powder, man. It's cheap as shit.
It gets everywhere is the point, and everything it touches turns black. And then every time you try to clean it up, it just expands times a factor of like 30.
Yeah. When I first started making it, I bought the fish aquarium carbon.
Work with it. You guys are opening it up when it's still in the air. You got to let this shit settle for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but my first time making it, I used the fish aquarium activated carbon and ground it up in a coffee grinder. Yeah, I ended up having to throw that coffee grinder away. It was done.
Dude, just use that eye candy makes one that's like almost a Vanta black, right? Like it is soul-sucking flat black.
Feral, tell us what happens when you use ultra black ink to make black ink.
Okay. Yeah. So that was a fucking mistake. I think you guys were there for pictures.
Yes.
It looked like one of those cop videos where they spray the guy with the goo that just expands when he's trying to get away from it.
Oh, well, everything.
Yeah, how long did the cleanup take on that?
God, forever, dude. I could probably still find parts of that old house that had black on it. But so everything went fine except that sometimes when you take stuff out of a pressure cooker, it's still kind of really hot and boiling. And if you hit the pressure difference, it'll kind of boil real fast, right?
Yes. Flash boil. Yep.
Yeah, flash boil. So everything looked cool, and I took it out and put it on the fucking counter, and then I dumped in the freaking ink, flash boil explode. And, bad idea. Super, super terrible idea. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. It was, and I mean, I wasn't even using mica. I was literally using fucking, like, a Vanta black edible type ink. It was like, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And it got everywhere, man. Like, it was everywhere. I also tried using squid ink. Squid ink turns purple. And so it's not really good. It's not really good for that. It turns this funky purple color, and because it's a protein, it does not really survive like a full pressure cooking cycle.
So I'm looking at this from an outsider looking in. Why would somebody want black agar?
Well,
because you can see them.
Black. They want black agar.
It's white mycelium on a black background.
It looks really cool. It's the same reason that you'd occasionally want to dip your toe in the chocolate pool. I mean,
occasionally I dip my
if you're a dipper pen in the
What's
chocolate.
Occasionally, bro? What do you mean? That's the only pool I like to dip.
Yeah. He likes it because it makes his white peanuts look big.
I just love my interracial child. I don't know.
It's a cute baby.
Dip my pen
it's a really cute baby.
But I mean, black agar is not for being pretty. It's supposed to be activated charcoal because it's supposed to be being used, to help clean up plates. I don't think it works very well. I don't think it works very well. I think it looks better.
But I thought the squid ink agar had the squid ink had a antibacterial property to it as well.
Okay, fine. Fuck it. Thanks. I wasn't going to tell anybody about that.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a cool kid secret. Anyway, now it's out there. So squid ink agar is antibacterial. You can buy squid ink at pretty much anywhere, and squid ink kills trick. So.
Oh, whoa! Wait, is it not just antibacterial then?
No, it's anti-trick.
So can I mix squid ink in my substrate?
That's going to be such an amazing mess. You have no fucking idea. Like, squid ink is like exponential. Like, a little bit of squid ink goes a long way.
Yeah, they put 6 drops of it to make a whole batch of pasta in the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like the guy that comes out of the porta potty with the blue hands. Huh?
Oh, yeah. No, here you can buy it at the specialty food markets. And little, I think it's 1 gram packets. And
is that the H Mart?
No,
specialty
I
food
buy
market?
it. I buy it at a Whole Foods, but you can put that one little freaking gram packet in like a gallon of water. It'll be midnight freaking black. I've used it that one little 1 gram packet per liter of agar, and I found that trick won't grow on it. Trick will form, and trick won't spore on it. Does that make sense? It'll grow and make a little. It'll make a little.
The weird white clouds that it makes,
it'll make a little bitty colony. The colony
looks. Clouds, you mean?
The colony will look a little sickly as shit, and it'll look scraggly and sickly as shit, but it won't grow on it. Like it won't fruit. It won't spore. It won't do anything else. Also, squid ink kills pretty much every bacteria it comes across. So it works out really well if you can get a hold of it. But that was going to be one of my secrets. I wasn't ready to tell people about because I enjoy experimenting with it.
Where did I read that at? How do I know these?
Me, fucker. That was back in the day when we were talking about like all the different experiments we could add to Agar.
But it was on your page. Like it was like on your like description of how you were selling it. Like it wasn't a secret.
I took it down.
God,
I took it down after I realized, like, holy shit, this thing could be worth millions. And I took it down. And then
I'm sorry. You should have patented that like 2 weeks ago.
I don't think that like anybody else. I mean,
Farrell wakes up tomorrow morning.
Now.
Patents Squid Ink Agar by 6 a.m.
I think basically, well, at least our guys that are listening to our podcast are on some super cutting edge shit now.
There you go.
But like 80 people are going to know about it.
The price of Squid Ink just tripled on Amazon.
If you're listening to this podcast, it's pretty exclusive.
Yeah. Not really. We're getting big pretty quick, guys. We're going way faster. We're in the top. We are in the top 10% podcasts that have been started the same 6-month period as us.
Nice. Well, because only cool kids come see us, and there's a lot of cool cats out there.
Well, we've got really great listeners. They're always interacting with us. They give us ideas for these things. They're fun to talk to.
Speaking of ideas, I hate to be a shameless plugger, but I'm going to plug our Discord. We have a FAFO Cult Discord, and in that Discord we have a section for topic requests for the podcast. And I'm going to pick a random question out of it real quick for us. Here we go. We got one right here. Can you guys discuss the benefits of a vertical laminar flow hood versus a traditional one?
Yeah, I think the vertical laminar flow hoods are absolutely beautiful. They have a lot more. They leave a lot more counter space because you not have that big old box between you and the wall and the workspace. Also, they have a lot of area to put stickers.
Yeah, right.
There you go. And if anybody out there listening would like to ask, add questions into our topics, join our Discord. Come in and talk to us. You might even get on the podcast if you like.
I think we should also make a note that we're going to have a little experiment of working on building a low-cost laminar flow hood.
Well, we already have the Ferro flow hood.
Yeah, we already have the basic tech. It's just basically building the frame to hold it and put it to where it's a vertical hood, which one will not be difficult at all. But I don't feel.
Oh yeah, let's turn that into a fucking vertical hood. Exactly. Let's turn the Ferro flow hood into a vertical hood. This would be fucking sexy.
Very simple.
It could be a low cost one too.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think we should expand on after we've.
I want one now.
And
yeah.
Okay,
fucking build me one
out of the garage.
Jesus. Yeah, you have that big fucking bastard.
Out of the garage. I don't have anything to build the laminar hood though, or the vertical hood.
Did you guys see my new steel air box I posted today? I built.
That thing is. Perfect. That thing looks sweet as fuck.
Proud.
That was that's a big sandblasting cabinet, right?
No, I built that out of plywood and
it's sexy.
Thank you.
What did you do to seal the inside?
I used what do you call that? The Kills.
Kills?
Yes,
oil-based Kills. And did you caulk it after that, or did you caulk it before that?
I caulked it before I painted it with paintable caulk.
Okay, did you use a bunch of the duct tape like you did on your flow hood when you built your flow hood as well to just like shore up the seams, or?
I did not. No, it was made all tight and screwed together like a son of a gun. It sealed up pretty well.
It'd be kind of cool to put a UV bulb in there, and so you can turn it on and off occasionally.
Honestly, the next step to it, because I built the box. It looks like a sandblasting cabinet for people who can't see it from the podcast, with holes in the front and a glass lid on top that you can open and close. It's really big and roomy inside.
Join the Discord.
There's also a seal around the glass, so I don't have to worry about air coming in. But the next step is I'm going to get you LED light strips. And I'm cutting a piece of plexiglass to fit perfectly in the bottom, and I'm going to frost the top of the plexiglass and edge light the entire bottom so that I can have upwards lighting inside the steel air box.
Now you're getting sexy.
Now, you guys are talking about getting UV sterilizers. You guys used to give me shit for having that little UV thing that I used to put all my shit in, remember?
I do remember.
UV light. You guys
but it was fun to just give me shit. Yeah. Because you're so white, it's painful.
Yeah, man. Why are you trying to work on your tan up there?
Yeah, I'm sure that thing could burn you to the fucking bone. Battery-powered UV light's dangerous for you.
I like it. I like sunburn. Keith
Fucking black light over there, he's like toasty.
Yeah, it is. That Stiller box I built is way over the top, totally unnecessary, but I love it.
No, it's not. It's perfect.
Now, how much does it weigh? How much does it weigh? That's my
3,000
thing.
pounds.
It took
if it's
full sheet of plywood to make it, to give you an
so
idea.
it's like 70 pounds.
Oh, it's a hefty one.
Yeah, I can lift it, but it's heavy. It's not meant to be moved around.
Right.
Strong like bull. Strong like bull.
Which isn't a problem. I mean, so it's one of those things like flow hood is also when you have the workspace. One big thing for a lot of people, I think, that are new into mycology is, really trying to manage the space that they're working in.
The way I see it with my steel air box, my big one is when I'm not using it, I can open it up and fill it full of myco supplies and close it up.
Tell them you should have made it inflatable.
I can use it. I can use it as my myco storage trunk when I'm not using it.
No,
I'm just saying.
Don't give out the ideas. These are patents we could make.
Yeah, inflatable. Hey, some asshole, I just looked it up, has an inflatable steel air box.
Son of a bitch.
I've seen the portable ones that you can put together, but how
they fold up.
You need a still air box.
I did that 10 years ago. I made it out of PVC, and I just had to pull it up, 2 of them, and everything is folded on itself. And now these guys are making $60 on a fucking...
I can't listen to anything Deadpool says about a steel air box because I still cringe at the thought of how he ran his steel air
T-Rex box?
This guy is such a horrible person. He just uses an unmodified tub and slides it off the edge of the table and reaches up from underneath the table somehow and bends his arm into a circle.
That's how I always use mine.
See?
I like it.
All the other dinosaurs fear the T-Rex.
I mean, completely unmodified tub, just flipped upside down on the table,
yes.
and that's how basic a steel air box can be.
You hang it off the side. And you just kind of work with limp wrists the whole time.
Yeah. I wouldn't have fucking said that, but
Yeah, he just used the words bend your arm in a circle.
I remember as a young man starting out, I started with the jagged holes, because you can't cut a dang hole in plastic very good. Cutting your arms up trying to work in a steel air box, looking through hazy plastic. So then I got a bright idea. I got a clear shower curtain and I cut the bottom off my steel air box and I covered it with one of those clear shower curtains and duct taped it on so I could see a little better. And that, over time with my old eyes, I finally said, I need a flow hood so I could just see what I'm doing. And that's how I progressed through it. And now I'm back to a steel air box again. Still have my flow hood though.
This was a really productive rabbit hole though.
Right.
Yeah.
This isn't really a rabbit hole. We're still talking about it.
But for everybody out there that's new to the hobby, a flow hood is a luxury item. It's not a necessity.
No, you don't need it. But it's
by any standard. That's all it is a luxury item. I mean, it makes things easier. It's not required for the hobby at all.
What would you say the dire necessity is required for the hobby to start?
If you're serious about it, a pressure cooker.
I
say a pressure cooker.
Pressure cooker.
Pressure cooker is pretty essential, but it's not 100% essential. You can,
like I said, if you're serious about the hobby,
right? You can go ahead and take a pot of water and put a fucking weight on top of that pot's lid, and if it's 15 pounds that you put on that lid, that's basically putting a 15-pound weight on a pressure cooker. It's close. It's close.
That's a little scary, though.
No, you're not. But it doesn't lock into place. This is just you putting the weight on a goddamn pot, so that any pressure that builds up, it just push it outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then you got 50
but there's
pounds
no
of
way
weight on your stove.
So there's no way to really let that out, and so
it also doesn't have the same seal, though.
Yeah, there's no safety. Let's just go ahead and hey guys, just don't do that.
Even without a pressure cooker, and I don't suggest putting weights on top of a pot and boiling that. I have personally in our own Discord, I've had multiple people that have been in our Discord have success with broke boy tech. Personally, from my guidance, I mean, Mushroom Dance and Jukebox are both two of the people that I guided through doing a broke boy tech. With, I generally tell them to use popcorn because it's obviously more sterile because it's for human consumption. But I definitely think that now, by understanding like endospore theory and by, I think you could do it with oats. I think you could do it with multiple different grains. But I think the main thing is to ferment, get rid of the endospores, and then go through with your broke boy tech if you're going to go that route.
See, but with the oats, it's just, I don't think the hull will actually hold up. I think it's going to turn into an oatmeal if you do that twice.
Well, I would definitely, like I said, I suggest popcorn all day for broke boy tech. If you're going to go that route, if you have to go that route, it's
corn works good too.
Yeah, and if you're like just starting out and you just want to see a mushroom and you have no equipment, nothing, look up good old PF tech. That's going to be probably your first
brown rice and vermiculate. There you go.
Or some of those assholes that are
don't say it. Don't say it.
Don't you
fucking say it.
We're not going to use those two words.
No Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about Scooter Man's uncle.
We don't talk about
if you want to see a very low success rate that can work if you do everything right and do not make a single mistake, that gets hyped up a lot on Reddit, you can prop up those stocks right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't. By the way, it's not super.
If you're endorsing UB Tech, you should probably be buying stock in Uncle Ben's as well.
Yeah,
because you're going to sell a lot of it.
Hands down, the easiest way is buy an all-in-one bag from a reputable freaking seller that's just got your grain and your sub already there. Get yourself a liquid culture to inject through the bag. You're going to have almost 100% success rate.
Even as much as I love and agree with that, it's still the shipping. Oh my gosh, these people! Yeah. I don't know. The hub around.
If you go smaller, the all-in-one boxes, you can ship those out for like $6-7.
No, it's not the money that it costs for shipping. It's the people on the line to get it to its location and how much they care.
The assholes that like to fucking kick my fucking boxes around the house.
Everything I buy something for mycology, it gets brought to the house. It's got footprints on it. It's got a fucking tire mark on it. You know, it's
dude. Like even when I made armored boxes,
before it gets to me.
I made armored boxes and sent them to you. Yeah,
you mean the ones that your daughter practiced stabbing on?
Yeah.
Oh,
these
you'd be so proud of me,
armored boxes, and they would still, when they got to freaking Pookie, they would literally have like a size 13 fucking boot print on them. Like you could see Wolverine in the fucking name of the damn thing, where somebody literally just kicked the damn box. And we're talking about these boxes I'm making with 1/2 inch thick compressed hard foam. I'm making aluminum backed, like actually armored boxes.
It's like styrofoam.
They just took it as a personal challenge. Yeah.
It's like he sent it with insulated boxes.
That'd help you put fragile on your box.
You would be so proud of me, Fearl. I mailed Deadpool. I don't know if anybody knows, but Deadpool's PC went up. He let the magic smoke out, right, recently.
Yeah.
I had an extra graphics card for a computer laying around, so I decided to mail it to him. I took styrofoam and I literally carved the exact shape of that GPU out of the center of it and put it inside of there and encased the entire thing in styrofoam.
Yep. He actually showed me a picture, and I was like, I haven't seen a box like that since Ferrell sent me a bag of fucking salt.
It's supposed to be there tomorrow, by the way. We'll see how good it can.
Nice.
Let's pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really neurotic about shipping. I don't like to do it anymore. I don't know if it was COVID or what it was, that just the morale of the people who are handling the bags and stuff, and like the shipping hub people. I think maybe it was because of Rona, like everybody kind of bought more stuff online than go to the stores, so they just got overwhelmed. But they just started really not caring.
Yeah, but no, it's not even not caring. They go out of their way. Dude, let me tell you this. Today, I was Tractor Supply. I got all the shit that we were talking about. I came home. The people that delivered my Chewy boxes, they were in the street. They didn't come down the fucking driveway. They were in front of the mailbox, between the mailbox and the road. Literally in the street in a snowbank. They dropped them off, threw them on the side of the road. This is FedEx, by the way, so FedEx, fuck off. All right? And they were
I've had the worst luck with FedEx, too.
I lifted up that box and all the shit fell out the box. I was like, are you fucking serious? It was like,
everything I try to ship with FedEx. Like, if I try to, it doesn't matter what I'm trying to ship with FedEx. Everything I try to ship with them gets fucked. If I'm trying to send like glass labware or something like that, everything that goes with FedEx, you might as well just start the fucking claim the moment you drop it off somewhere.
Right? It's like, I think FedEx only hires like retired soccer players or like fucking punters. You know, they keep having flashbacks when they're doing deliveries.
Yeah,
honestly, the best luck I've had is with just plain old United States Postal Service.
That's what I use now for everything.
Yeah, because like UPS is hit and miss. FedEx is going to guarantee to break your fucking shit. DHL wants your fucking left kidney. But
I know I can see that UPS guy, the post service guy knows that he has to see me every fucking day when he comes to that post box. So he's gonna be nice. He's not gonna do something stupid.
I've been nice. I've been nice to my mail carrier though. Like I'll leave them like candy bars and shit like that. So
not candy bars. Hey,
I don't know what it is about USPS. I had a letter in my mailbox the other day, or a note, I should say, and it was from the mail person. They're like, "Hey, you got a package. It was too big for your mailbox. I just put it in your daughter's mailbox at the post office." I'm like, how the hell do you know who is what? I mean, geez, Louise, is this town this small? I'm thinking.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Completely put it in a different mailbox.
He's like, your Viagra, so for your Viagra prescription is in your daughter's mailbox.
Your motor pills are in your kid's mailbox in case you're looking for them.
You know that crotch rot cream you ordered? It's running behind. Yeah.
Ain't you about time to refill your prescription?
I tried that jerky; it was delicious.
But it is nice having. It is nice living in a smaller community where they know you, though. I mean, they greet me by name when I walk in there, and I still to this day don't know how they can remember my name.
Yeah, it's nice. I used to live in a really small town, like when we lived out on the ranch, and the ML people were great. There was literally only 3 of them. I just cycled through who was working, but it was great. Who the hell's listening to helicopter noises?
The only person with any noise coming through is you, Farrell.
It would be nice.
That's not me. There's a car.
What?
Somebody's in a car or listening to a car. Oh, give it away. One of you figured it out. Who was playing a video game again, huh?
Nah, it wasn't me, motherfucker.
Not me.
I'm a bitch.
He was driving to the post office, all right?
You ain't hearing no clicks over here.
Oh, so let's get back on Agar.
On topic.
That was bad. That was So we've covered antibiotic agar, we've covered the squid agar that Pookie threw me under the fucking bus for. We've covered our water agar, we've covered brown rice dextrose agar. What's some really easy ones for newbies?
LME.
Yeah,
good old fashioned LME.
Yeah.
Yep, 10. I think who's that? Munchausen that invented that one, didn't he? Or it came up with the 10 idea. I mean,
but
anyway,
I do know that if you're going to use the brown rice flour, you need to reduce the amount of agar. That's why it's 777, because brown rice flour congeals like a mofo by itself.
Yeah. And people need to realize less is more when it comes to nutrients in your agar. If you have too much nutrients, the mushroom or the mycelium doesn't tend to spread like it does for the lower.
If you get too much sugar, it just goes in one big tomatose mess.
Right. It doesn't spread.
Yeah.
And then what else were we talking about? How about agar containers? What are you guys' thoughts on using ketchup cups or?
I think ketchup cups are nice for beginning with spores or cleanups that you don't want to waste plates on. But I mean, after today's fiasco, dude, I got 500 extra plates. Fuck it.
If I'm going to trade plates with somebody or put something away for a long time, I use plates. But there was a while there where plates were almost impossible to get.
Yes.
And I had standing orders with Thomas Labs, so that like every month they'd send me 1,000 plates. But they were like, oh, it's going to be, we're 4 months behind. I was like, well, that's great because I put all my orders in on January 1st. They're like, no, I mean, like 4 months behind even because of that. So I went to the little Restaurant Depot place and just here in town, it says like restaurant supplies. I bought a shitload of these like 2-ounce portion cups. They're a little bit bigger than a ketchup cup, and they work great. Like they came in like radiated sterile sleeves.
Those are the short, fat ones, right?
Yeah,
those are much nicer than the K-cups.
Yeah, they're only about like maybe an inch tall, but they're about 2.5 inches in diameter.
Sounds like someone's cake.
It worked. It worked. It's super, super good.
Yeah, and I've always been a fan of the cell treats with the ridged edges.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Those are nice
for his pleasure.
But now you guys got that new plate sealing tape. I haven't tried that yet, but it sure sounds interesting.
That's what I was just doing while we've been talking. I'm going through my plates. I'm not happy. Not happy at all. I can see like things around the outside of all these fucking plates that I did with this fucking micropose fucking tape.
Oh
no! Why are you guys using that shit?
I wanted to try it.
What happened to using the stuff that I've been using forever? The parafilm. It's amazing.
I have it, but I saw this. I wanted to get some more. I was making some more jarlets, and I saw
it literally says micropose. It means has tiny holes.
No, that's the name of the company, asshole. It is.
Duh.
It's called
Well, we for most of us in the mycology world, parafilm is a love-hate relationship. It works excellent. It's just a pain in the butt to work with.
No, it's not
difficult to work with.
If you know you got 30 plates and you take 1 minute and you cut 30 fucking things done, you're set. You know, but if you're trying to
easiest way to cut it,
them,
dude, the easiest way to cut it is with the paper cutter. I bought one from Walmart for like I think it was like $12, just like the little plastic choppy paper cutter.
Yeah,
like a little guillotine thing. Yeah, except they're like absolute total freaking shit. They're just made out of plastic from Walmart. The cheapest shit. Like if you dropped it, it'd probably shatter. But it could cut some tape like a fast as hell. Just chop as fast as you can go.
Parafilm has a box. I'm thinking about trying to get to some.
Have you seen the price of that thing?
It's like $40. Yes, I know. But that's what I was just about to say. I'm trying to find it so that we can maybe print it out on the fucking printer, and I have one.
Now that's an option.
Right. So I've been fucking around with that Cura, so I can go ahead and make my own shit now.
Is it possible that you could use like a envelope opener, like a plastic envelope opener?
No, because it's not strong enough. I don't think. Unless
you're sure that they don't have them with like a razor blade. Yeah, they have them with like razor blades inside of it.
If they had an actual razor blade, that would work. Because I know. Oh wait, you know what? I have a Greenlee box cutter that has one of those things on there.
I'm just thinking about like blunt cutters and like how they have blunt cutters kind of like that with a razor blade. Even a blunt cutter that would I'm gonna have to look into
this. What is a blunt cutter?
Like a cigar cutter?
Oh
yeah.
No, okay, I don't.
Well,
so
totally. You're totally not a fucking druggie. Yeah, a cigarette, not a cigar cutter. Blunt cutter. It was like, what the fuck is that?
A blunt, a cigar,
Weed
I'm
is
pretty
bad
positive that will resonate with our listeners. Okay.
No, but I mean, it's like, how could you brand yourself anything better?
Oh my gosh! I smoke cannabis and I grow psilocybin.
No, I'm just saying that like it was like we took something like refined, like a cigar cutter. Hey, no man, just go get me the blunt cutter.
Yeah,
I roll more blunts.
Give me my pot guillotine.
I do smoke cigars, but I roll more blunts than I smoke cigars. Anyway, the next rabbit hole is who rolls the best blunt?
I don't think blunts grow on trees. I think you have to roll those.
Yeah.
Well, I won that one.
I've got a Ryobi blunt roller.
What? Ryobi makes a blunt roller?
No, I mean, I just came up with it. Brilliant, right?
I was like, God damn it, they make every fucking other thing under the goddamn sun.
Right.
I have almost all their Ryobi 1 Plus tools. Fucking love them. Can't say enough good shit about them. But I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, right. Dude, I just got that 1 Plus grinder that you hang on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Dremel. I got that from the office. That thing is fucking sweet as hell.
Oh, yeah. They're so cool. They got so much cool shit.
Bad.
I think my favorite Ryobi 1 Plus tool is their Croc gun. Have you seen that thing?
I have not.
Are you talking about? Is this a battery operated Croc gun?
Yes.
Because I don't want to get.
Yes.
I can't justify. I can't just. What?
It's like $40.
Maybe you can enlighten me on the point of a battery operated. Does it still?
You just hold the trigger and it goes.
You pull the trigger. You set the speed. You set the width of the bead, and you pull.
I thought that's what Croc guns did anyway.
You press it, and you'll get beads on there if you don't know what you're doing. And with the gun, it's a constant flow as long as you have that button pressed.
Absolute perfection, smooth as silk. And you could it's so fast. Like when you have to do like entire bathrooms or build projects or something, just perfect beads everywhere as fast as you can go. Like you can't. Somebody laying tile could not keep up with you if you had that thing going.
I mean, I'm a painter, so awesome. I literally have to go. Okay, let's not get in this rabbit hole. That's a subject for another time. I'm heated. I am heated. Yeah,
he's got the big ass hand from the
he's got the big turny squeaker.
I squeeze a lot of caulk all day. Okay, guys.
No one asked your personal fucking.
Dude, the caulk gun is amazing. So I've used it on big projects. That thing will use even the small battery will last you all day long because all it does is just push a plunger at various speeds. Like it is fast. It is
like
so
I said.
Good.
This is a rabbit hole that it not even mycology related.
He sounds Dickert. He's Dickert.
Yeah. Also, the little bitty vacuum that they have is really, really, really useful. It's like a mini shop vac. Yeah, it's really cool.
And by the way, Ryobi, if you want to go ahead and sponsor
us.
We need also give us a goat that we can record, please, because
I have one. My computer's not working. Or also, I would have played it like 45 times this episode.
Yes. We're just gonna get a pygmy goat and just have it sitting here in the shop with us. Just poke it with something every once in a while.
No, we do not condone the poking of goats.
We do not abuse animals.
We do not going to poke the goat.
Again.
Please leave the goat alone.
How about those plates, huh?
Yeah. Bad.
Demonetized.
All right. There goes our
okay.
sponsor.
It was so fleeting.
It was so close. I could taste it. Farrell fucked it up.
As soon as we talked, he had an idea.
He's like the robot. Would you like a slushie with that Ryobi tool?
Ryobi's Japanese, isn't it?
Who cares? So. It's a good tool.
It's a great tool.
Yeah, so how about this? Incubating your plates. How do you guys...
that's a good one. Yeah.
Multiple ways.
That's a good one. I use the aquarium heater in a jar. So I have a half-gallon jar of water, and I poked a hole in the top, and I ran the cord for a 5-gallon aquarium heater. It's a real cheap little $10 aquarium heater at PetSmart. Up through the lid, caulked around it to keep the water from evaporating, and then just set it to 80 degrees or whatever, and then stick it in the refrigerator and run the cord out, just out through the door. And
you should note that your refrigerator is a not actively plugged in refrigerator.
Oh yeah, it's a not actively plugged in refrigerator. It's a broken one.
It's not a refrigerator that is actively cooling. It's
broken.
Incubation chamber.
It is now an incubation chamber. And so that's where I incubate my bags, and that's where I also incubate my plates. So
yes, an insulated box So do you haven't noticed any problems with this like asphyxiation? Because I was using that small dishwasher, which also has a seal to keep air from coming in and out. Obviously, it's watertight.
Agar, the plate, all the oxygen that is in there when you tape it up is plenty for that.
The plates. But I found that like using what I was doing with using a small dishwasher is I found that like my bags weren't colonizing very well in there. And maybe I was overfilling bags.
Were your bags touching?
No.
Well, I fuck with shit too much, man. I open it up first thing in the morning to look at it, and then I open it up like last thing in the evening to look at it because I gotta look at it. I gotta look at them. Hey, baby, how you doing? Ooh, looking white and fuzzy. Good girl. You know.
As long as it's not white and sticky.
Grow for me.
Suddenly that's a backy mess. White and sticky is a bacterial mess.
Definitely. Most definitely.
Or it's a baby. Could be a baby.
Different type of biology.
Yeah. I use a wine cooler. That I do. I use like a fridge. Wine cooler. I just go ahead and it actually it stays. I can have it set for 78 to 80 degrees.
Oh wow, that's fancy. Mine's ghetto now. I don't like mine anymore.
But no,
now we are.
I don't want to use that anymore. I'm looking for a broken.
I'm more ghetto than all you guys. I use a shelf.
Well, now I want a dedicated wine thingy.
No, I'm looking for one of those for the Coca-Cola shelves that they have in the stores. The fridges. I'm looking for a broke one that has the sliding doors in the front.
Well, I know a guy who has one of those. Yeah.
Is his name Trimmy?
Could be.
Bastard. He's got all the cool shit.
Yeah, he does.
Well, I don't have it yet, but I will have it soon.
He's like, now that you want it, I'm gonna make sure I get it.
I saw that bitch on Craigslist. I'm gonna beat you to it.
I don't. You guys know me. I don't pay for stuff. What are you talking about? I have friends, lots of friends.
He's got lots of people that owe him favors.
No, I don't steal. People owe me stuff. That's exactly right. I do favors for people all the time, and when it comes time for me to need something, hey, I see you have this.
He's like,
you just go shopping in their house. He's like, I'll take that, and that.
Yeah.
90% of the stuff I have, that's for my lab or anything, people have given to me,
You got to remember it's a different lifestyle where he's at, in the middle of the Arctic tundra.
We do a lot of trading here. We're bartering. We're a bartering community.
Well, I mean, he's got only really like the what do you call those Eskimos to really deal with. So, I mean, they're cut off from the rest of the world for like 8 months a year.
Try to fight off penguins, right?
That's right.
I figure it's just those bloodthirsty caribou.
Hey, penguins are vicious. I'm just gonna let you know that right now.
Yeah,
don't let them.
Imagine a fucking ostrich, but 5 times meter and 5 times shorter. Like
they can just swim right up that anus, just all the way up there.
Yeah. I'm sure Trim's happy as long as he's not fighting off bears with hockey sticks.
Hey,
that's gonna be a shirt. That's gonna be a shirt.
I've already came up with this sticker. I got it right here. I've been working on it today.
It's got to be like a Jason Voorhees mask.
Yeah.
It's a Michael Myers mask.
It's beautiful. So storing agar long term, what I've always done is I just throw it on a fucking shelf. But I guess some people put it in refrigerators and stuff and do something fancy with it.
I find when you let it get cooled down, it fucks up a lot.
Yeah, I've had it. Some of mine just because the tape stuff, it'll breathe a little bit. I've had some that went cracker freaking dry, and I just added a little sterile liquid culture to them, and they popped back to life.
That's what I just did to my 50 slants. I did a lab cast, one of my lab casts, and I added about 15 mil in all 50 plates, and I'm starting to see a little bit of growth. So I was able to
Yeah, I mean, I think that agar is a great medium. I don't think people have pushed the limits for as far as how long mycelium can actually survive outside of a slant. You know, because like in the wild, sometimes it dries up. You know,
the biggest fear everybody has is how long my spores are going to last, and also their agar too. Everybody's afraid that their agar or that their mycelium will freeze and die or something. But yet, for some reason, even in areas where we have a freeze every year, we still have mushrooms pop up every year as well.
Well, that's because ground level, if they're deep enough, that doesn't get below 5 degrees or something like that.
I mean, it's got to go kind of deep. It's got to
go pretty deep,
some
like
areas.
20 feet.
Yeah, so. the frost level. And that's you guys fucking have one in Texas. I don't hear shit from you, Farrell. You're like, my frost level is fucking 5 feet above the ground.
Yeah, it doesn't really get. It got cold here there for like 48 hours.
Yeah, he's like, I almost saw my breath for a second.
No, it didn't get that cold.
Shit. But no, you know what? I think I'm gonna replace my slants. The shit that everyone's talking about now is the distilled water.
Where they're just putting just mycelium in distilled water and just hoping it lasts
forever, basically, because it's using that water to stay hydrated, and I guess it's just fucking it's
goes dormant and waits.
Well, that's the same thing that happens with my liquid culture. Once it's grown to the point where it's used up all the nutrition, it just goes dormant.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
It looks.
But now
all
they
nasty.
Use little fucking centrifuge tubes. Put a little fucking whack of the fucking agar plate in there, and distilled water. And now I could fit 5 of those in one of my slants.
Yeah,
you know,
that
so
is
now
pretty fancy.
Now I got room for fucking 1,000 genetics. Everybody, Deadpool needs your genetics. Remember that, all right?
Yeah, but, he takes it in the form of donated eggs and sperm samples.
Yes,
well. But donate a friend's eggs. Yeah.
Okay, my question is how do you make the slurry but keep it sterile as you make it? Like if you put it into like a blender or something like that.
Okay, you're talking about the slurry I was talking about yesterday?
Well, it depends. Like, isn't there a couple different ways that people make the slurries? Like
the one that I was talking about, it's actually just oat jar. Or your rye berries. You have to make sure it's very sterile. You want to make sure it's completely colonized, and then basically. There's lids. You could they fit like a Ninja, the Ninja blender sponsor. But it actually you could put that lid onto the jar. And
wait, like onto like a glass jar, onto like a glass mason jar.
Yeah.
Yes. The actual jars that fit, they fit perfectly onto a mason jar.
Are you telling me that these lids for this? Hold on, I'm gonna check this out right now. This Ninja lid will fit directly onto a mason jar.
Yes, sir.
It has to be the wide mouth mason jar.
Yes.
I know that the little Ninja NutriBullet ones fit on a jar. So
yeah,
those blades are pretty big.
Okay,
that's what I use.
So if you use the NutriBullet, the regular jar lid will work. The regular jar. But if you use the regular Ninja, I need the wide mouth jar. I think I need the wide mouth jar.
You're the one. Go try it.
No, I'm looking right now. It doesn't fit on the small.
I can hear him searching through shit. Yeah, no, your shit's all good. What you do is at that point in time, what I do, whenever I used to do it for my tubs, I would go ahead, I would add in some liquid culture, just a little bit sterilized, and then hit the thing with a blender till it turned into a fucking disgusting looking smoothie. All right, and now you have the cocoa core all laid out in your tub, and you dump that whole jar in there. But now when you have your gloves and you're all ISO'd up, and you move that, you're just scraping it all through there. Every centimeter of that tub is now completely colonized in seconds because it's basically you've soaked that whole tub in mycelium.
Right.
The colonization of that tub finishes in about 4 days.
Okay, so what are you doing to make sure that your blades are cleaned on your NutriBullet? You're just spraying them with ISO, or?
you put it on another jar full of ISO, and that way you just
no. But the blades, like and the lid for.
He's saying take that
with
take
ISO
that.
or.
No, he's saying take the blades and put them on top of another jar, like full of like bleach water or something.
Yeah, but before that, do you clean it with ISO or like do you make
sure
you're
taking it off that ISO jar? And there's two things you can do. You either make a lid specifically for that, where it's actually colonized with the blade lid on. Okay, you can do it like that, or you actually clean the blade in isopropyl in front of the still, or in a still air box, or in front of a flow hood, and then you swap the lids. You know,
right, okay.
So I mean, it's no big deal. But the thing is, you have to make sure that there's no fucking broke boy tech in this one.
I'm just making sure that we make sure it's clear for the listeners.
Oh no,
everybody to know exactly where we're at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't want a listener to think that you can just go and just take any lid out of your cabinet and just throw it on one and
I can see the lawsuits already.
Somebody's going to do that. Somebody's going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Bad. I already know who.
Yeah. The goat bleating into the darkness.
No, I just think it's very important. We're thorough. There's a lot of room for mistakes in mycology. You know, there's a lot of room for mistakes, but there's also very many roads to the destination at the same time.
One of the biggest agar dishes should have been saved for the last.
Yeah, that should have been outgoing.
You blew your fucking load early there, buddy.
He's like, no, I haven't. I've been working on this all week.
Me?
So one of the things that I've done is to make like a huge agar dish. Is that I've taken Pyrex plates, like Pyrex pie plates, like the big ones, or lasagna plates or whatever you call them, because they got the nice tight fitting lid, and I've poured that full of freaking agar, and then used that to look for like monokaryotic stuff.
Squeegee.
So I just had like a little cell spreader squeegee. And I'd do my dilution of my spores on one end and just squeegee it all the way the fuck across. And across the whole, like, you know, it's like an 8.5 by 11 fucking pan, right? So it's like a big fucking pan. And then I just start going pheno hunting. You know, looking for little bitty guys with a microscope for a long period of time, for hours. But they just use a stainless steel straw and punch holes, pop, 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 and pick up those individual ones and put them on a new plate. Yeah. But it worked out really well. Instead of having to do like a billion petri dishes, just do one really big petri dish.
All right. And that's a no pour, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a no pour agar. Really, I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah, so you could actually pour that, and then you're ready to go right in front of the flow hood when it's already set. There's no opening it up and pouring it. So, damn. All right.
Carol, did you ever find those 4-inch plates you were talking about back in the day?
Like the 4-inch petri dishes? Yeah, you can find those.
You were talking about that. Like you wanted like a big, like, what was it? Like the potato bowl size from KFC petri dish. Like you wanted like a big old petri dish.
Yeah. So I could find them in Pyrex or in glass, but nobody's really. They make them, but they make them with the little grid already built into them.
Okay. You're talking about for the drip method where you're putting drops all the way across in the grid pattern.
Yeah, but they make them with that grid pattern already. But I just wanted a bigger dishes to be able to do more cultures, like and try to combine different things, like spores in different areas,
or to even just let your growth areas. Or just have like a big old plate with some crazy growth growing even wider.
Yeah, just let it go to town. Like with those ones, with those big plates, I would actually add some sterile grade to the plate and let it just go fucking apeshit. So that I can pluck mycelium off the top of the plate, like the big ropes, and use those to inoculate new plates. But no, I found the 4-inch petri dishes, but they were way cost prohibitive.
How much were they? Like fucking $60 a piece?
In plastic they came out to like $3.44 a piece, but this was like a year or two ago. Now they're
probably like $5 a piece now.
Yeah, probably at least $5 a piece. And now that we're getting angry at China, the Pyrex ones are like almost $100 a pop. Man.
That's okay. That's what I said. You're saying $3 a piece, and I'm like, get the fuck out of
here. No, they're like
go to Amazon.
Yeah, now the plastic ones are like used to be like $3.50, and now they're probably closer to $5. I haven't checked on them in a long time. The Pyrex 4-inch ones were really, really expensive. And to me, it just doesn't worth it because you could find a like K-cup type material ones that were. I think it came out to be the shallow 8-inch to go container was about the shallow 8-ounce portion container was what it is that turned out to be the roughly the same size, but they ended up being like 27 cents a piece for them, and they were like PP5 with the nice lids on them. So. Yeah, but you had to buy like 100 of a sleeve at a time. So,
I think that's another important thing to comment on is if people are going to use K-cups, buy the shallow K-cups. Do not buy the deep K-cups. You buy the deep K-cups, and you're going to have a hard time getting stuff out of that.
Yeah, so the ones you're looking for are the ones that aren't used for liquid stuff. Liquid stuff like sauces and stuff like that are sold in the deeper cups, whereas like food items are sold in the shallower cups.
I'm honestly, don't get me wrong, for us that we're pheno hunting and those things where we're trying to pick something out, the shallow ones matter. But whenever it's an emergency or you're using if you're using K-cups like that, any of them for our purposes are going to be fine.
They will work. I would just say preferably if you have the option, like I would go with the shallow ones first.
The deli cups don't really the deli to go containers. They aren't the right type of plastic. Like they're gonna melt like at 125, 130 degrees if you pour your shit in there. So don't go to H-E-B or Walmart and the deli counter and steal their shit because it will not handle the heat of agar. I have done that and had hot agar running off the side of my freaking thing down my leg. Not a party. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. And then I wear Crocs. I have these tactical Crocs that I wear everywhere, right? They're tactical because I'm wearing them and I make them tactical. But they have fucking holes in the top of them, and the freaking agar went right in there and burnt the freaking shit out of my toes. So I had like
now your
polka
toes
dot.
Look like the Crocs when you're not even wearing them.
I had polka dot feet there for a while. It was not a party. Do not use those clear, like kind of opaque plastic, the flexible kind that they put like salad pieces and stuff like that from the salad bar in there. They do not work. It has to be the hard black plastic. You'll see on the bottom of it. Some of them say PP5, some of them say different stuff, but you definitely want the hard plastic ones, not the soft plastic. That stuff will just burn right through them.
You can find them clear though. They don't have to be black.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're just they usually charge more. I don't know why. I think because it has to have less imperfections in it if it's clear than if it's darker colored or dyed. They can be a little bit.
Man's always trying to keep the black man down.
No, I think it's a manufacturing process. If there's imperfections in something that's a dyed plastic, like swirls and stuff in it, they don't worry about it because it's covered up by the dye. But if there's swirls and stuff in something that's supposed to be clear, it's going to be super noticeable. So they have to be a little bit slower with their the release from the molds and everything else from it. So it costs more money. So you're back to typing. And now you're playing drums.
That was me.
God, kids these days.
I'm not typing.
Does anybody in the chat room? Somebody go check and make sure they're all alive. See if anybody's got any questions because we're just about done. I'm running out of things to talk about.
Well, we can't ask them questions because they don't know what we've been talking.
They have no idea where we are.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, guys.
You guys won't believe this, but our topic request channel got a little bit off track over there.
No.
I just see.
That doesn't happen.
I just see someone says basic bitch in there. Is all I see.
No, I was keeping track last week, but then Trim took it over. How many more questions we got, Trim?
That is the only one from today that I saw that was an actual question.
No, I saw
we have a bad habit of
flow hood. I just
talking too much shit.
Somebody talking about the feral flow hood for the win, and I think that it's obviously a very good low cost tech.
Yeah, then we're discussing whether you should put stickers on a flow hood or not.
Yes, definitely put your stickers
you have
on your
to.
flow hood.
It's un-American not to have
your
stickers on your
stats.
flow hood.
It increases your stats,
and decreases your chance of contam for sure. Like that's a no-brainer.
Listen, you only get stamps if you're a cool kid anyways. So
yeah, no, we're gonna give out. We're gonna make a fuck around and find out the FAFO Colt podcast sticker. It's only going to be available to people who come onto the podcast and are interviewed by us on our Mondays. So if you get interviewed by us or are a special guest for one of the Tuesday night chats, then you'll be able to get that sticker. We'll just mail it to you with some swag, and that's going to be the only way to get that particular sticker.
Yes,
so we'll be able to tell like who is the cool kids and who aren't the cool kids.
Okay, and you know where that sticker goes. It goes right on your flow hood. Like mine's right underneath my big Penosaurus Rex.
Don't put the badass. You're only going to get one of them, motherfucking stickers on the back of your toilet or some stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
Put it somewhere cool with proud.
I found one that's kind of a rant and kind of a question built together. We could probably look at it here.
All right.
It says, I don't want or can't afford a new stove. Our wiring is wonky, and I can't set up a burner outside because my neighbors are rats. So I buy grain and make agar in the microwave. It's not the best, but it works. I'm just wondering if there's a better solution.
Wait.
That fucking work.
Okay. First of all, I think that you don't need to worry about your neighbors being rats so much because there are multiple different kinds of gourmet or medicinal mushrooms that you can grow.
Yeah, but the police will still come no matter what.
Okay.
If there's blocks of shit.
Multiple people.
Farrell's advice is
outside of their house.
Farrell's advice is to beat them to it, turn them in as potential terrorists.
Put black flags on their front yard and turn them in.
Eliminate your neighbors.
Just call Crime Stoppers and be like, hey, it smells like burning bleach or a chemical's coming from my neighbor's house, and they're acting very erratic. There's people coming in and out,
odd hours,
all different. Yeah, and let the police go over there and just like kick them in the face. No, it's don't do that. That's called swatting. Swatting is illegal and it's stupid. But definitely establish dominance. Go pee on the yard. Go make friends.
Take a shit right on their guy.
I would tell you.
Well, making eye contact.
There's other things you can do though. There are other things. I mean, there's techs you can do that aren't very, like if you're absolutely strapped up and have to do broke boy tech.
There's nothing wrong with the microwave tech.
Yeah, microwave works.
You're gonna have
radiation.
You're gonna have a higher. Yeah, and even with broke boy tech, if you're doing like corn and on a stove top, which it sounds like he's looking to get away from, but you can also substitute your stovetop for basically like. I think somebody shiny was telling him an induction heater or even like Instant Pot. You could definitely get away with doing broke boy tech with corn on an Instant Pot.
Yeah.
It works. It's not the best.
You can also just lightly just pour hot water over your damn corn, put it in a bucket, let's see if it's going to ferment a little. And then that'll wake up all the endospore, sorry. And then we were talking about white stuff. And then, go ahead and then just water bath can it after that and see what happens. But let it sit for a little while and see if it's going to stay sterile or not. But water bath canning has been used for a long time for
it's been used
generations.
For years for multiple different things. And I in the past year have had at least two people on the podcast not on the pod, but two people that are on our Discord that have had multiple successful grows with that. So it works. Maybe not like 100% 100% clean rate. I mean, you're going to have a contamination a little more, but it will work for you.
Yeah, you're going to get something to grow. And that's really the point of this. And we're here to support you however we can. If we need to come up with a new tech to try to get you through to a successful grow, you're always welcome to come into the chat room, meet with us, talk, pick our brains. We've tried almost every stupid fucking way to make mushrooms you could possibly come up with.
And if we haven't, we're willing to try it again.
Oh, yeah. Anybody tried diaper tech yet, you damn bastards?
They actually have.
I don't have any babies. I gotta find a diaper.
No,
don't just grab one out of the trash.
We've got a couple people doing diaper tech out there right now. They've been keeping me updated.
I would send diapers to people, and I would try diaper tech, but diapers are a hot commodity in this house. As everyone has heard a couple times.
Yeah. This has been a fun podcast, guys.
Yeah, stayed on topic a little bit.
Yeah. Good information.
I give us like a B.
3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
I'd say the rabbit holes we went down were deep, but they were close to topic. So that's good.
If we were driving down the road, the cop would have followed us a little while before he pulled us over for weaving off topic.
We definitely didn't stay on the straight and narrow. But it didn't get too crazy.
Well, it wouldn't be our podcast if it did. So what are you going to do?
That's right.
Yeah. So who's got nice things to say to people? Let's start over here with Deadpool as usual.
Yes, because I'm always the perfect person for this stuff. Everybody, grow hard, grow fast, grow long.
Yeah.
America.
Next.
Go hard, grow fast, grow long.
Grow deep.
Grow deep.
You can always go deeper.
Lucky pumpkin.
All right, Trip, you're
That's just fucking.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna say that the FAFO cult and all the people in it are more fun than bubble wrap. Yes, sir.
Shit, that's fun.
Oh, and you incorporated another tech into your little.
That's for Tubs. That's for Tubs. That's for another time.
We'll do Tubs. We'll do bubble. We'll do how to accelerate fruiting and how to solve problems with your fruiting next time. How about that?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Same fat time.
Yeah. Dun dun dun.
All right, Frenchie, what do you got?
Say smile a little more, frown a little less. Go through your day and try and make somebody else smile.
Yeah, without the sexual harassing them.
Yeah.
No. Okay, that I didn't mean it in that sense, but we went down that road.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Don't tell women to smile. You look.
I didn't say women. I did not. You're adding stuff.
You did not say it though, did you?
Okay. Yeah,
it was
fair enough.
It was inferred.
All right, Pookie, what do you got, buddy?
Anyway, we like to tease around here. We like to tease. We like comedy, but basically, if you have trouble along the way, don't give up. It's part of the curve. You'll get there one day. That's basically it, man. You're going to get there.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Keep trying. Don't give up. I mean, we're people are here to help, and with the minds that we got between ourselves or in the group, we will find something that will work for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's without a doubt.
Thank you for the challenge, I guess.
Yeah. As always, guys, we love you and we appreciate our listeners. We appreciate anybody that comes into the Discord and goes one-on-one with us or helps us decide what to do for our next podcast. We enjoy just spending time with you guys. It's a great time. If you're going through anything, give us a holler. It's not worth it. Don't ever contemplate it, self-harm. There's always someone to reach out to. You can always, if you like our podcast, throw us $1 or $2 on our Venmo. It's at FAFO Cult. We do have our Etsy up now. It is FAFOcult.etsy.com. And our first couple of items are up there, and they're going to be, offensive, because that's what we are.
You're welcome.
We love you guys, and take care. We'll see you next time.
Peace out.
Bye.
See ya.